There's really five value flows in Steem, especially after the creation of SMTs, that's going to be very important. The first is that Steem acts as the sort of bandwidth calculation token in all of this. And what bandwidth calculation token really means is that most blockchains need to prevent spam, right? And so the way you do that is that you have costs or fees incurred on the people who are doing transactions, right? Either sending tokens or making blog posts or what have you. So in Steem, people never have to pay fees. All they have to do is hold Steem, and if they hold Steem, they're granted certain amounts of bandwidth rights and bandwidth that they can use. And so when they go to transact, they never have to take anything out of their pocket and give it to anybody else. And that's key, because if you had to pay fees, for instance, on Facebook or on Reddit to make a post, you're far less likely to make a post if you have to pay to do it, right? So we've basically, at the most underlying level of Steem, designed a cost analysis algorithm that basically allows great user experience at the highest level. So where the value is coming to Steem from the creation of SMTs is Steem now gets to act as a bandwidth token for all the SMTs. So anybody who wants to participate maximally across all the smart media token communities that they get involved with will need to have more Steem to allow them to do all the transactions that allow them to earn all the possible SMT that they want to earn. So there's essentially demand created for Steem to act as the sort of gas, or just the energy that they're going to need to be maximally profitable. So that's a key driver of value into Steem as a sort of bandwidth calculation token. The second thing that drives value to the platform with the advent of SMTs is ICOs. ICOs are this phenomenon where they offer new investment opportunities for people, and these are opportunities that bring in capital from outside the blockchain ecosystem. So there's new marketing going on, new advertising coming on that brings in new dollars. And those dollars have to come through Steem to then go into the SMTs. And so essentially there's value that's come into Steem through that. And as long as the value doesn't leave after the ICO, because I don't know if I've told you guys, but there's an ICO contract built directly into smart media tokens. So ICOs are going to be super, super easy. Anybody's going to be able to fundraise with the click of a button, essentially, and all the marketing that goes along with it. But anyway, the money comes into SMTs, and as long as 100% of the value of Steem isn't sold by the person who does the ICO, then value is retained by Steem, and there's a net benefit. And beyond that, there's attention that gets paid to the underlying token and all that. So ICOs are a good thing. And I think that the fundraising opportunity there is very interesting. There are places in the world where fundraising is very, very difficult and projects need funding. I think ICOs may be a key to that. And with the ease of which these tokens on Steem, the smart media tokens, get integrated into applications, there's far more reason to actually have ICOs, because the token off the bat is being used to grow a forum, to grow an application. It's got real tangible use. It's not like these other tokens we see on Ethereum, like ERC20s, that get sold and then they do absolutely nothing. They just sit there in people's wallets. They have no utility whatsoever. They're not growing communities. They're not impacting the web. And what we're offering, what Steem is going to be offering, is something that people will use off the bat. It will have high velocity, high energy, and tons of use. Once ICOs are happening, the third thing that's going to be bringing in value is this idea of the automated market maker. So the automated market maker is something that people doing ICO can offer the people who are investing, because they can then go to them and say, hey, we're going to do an automated market maker, which means like 10 or 20% of the ICO proceeds gets locked up into this trading bot that exists into perpetuity on the blockchain and maintains a certain reserve ratio of Steem to SMT. And it's going to constantly be trading that back and forth to provide liquidity to the people in the SMT community. And so that's a valuable thing to all the people who come into the SMT. But it's also extremely valuable to the Steem holder, because Steem gets locked up into perpetuity. Supply is decreasing, demand might be staying the same or increasing. So when supply goes down and demand stays constant, price is affected by going up. So theoretically, hypothetically, this is a value driver. Supply of Steem is getting locked up, so the value of each Steem is going up. There's also this fourth concept called influence sharing. As SMTs come into existence, there's this concept that the SMT creator can specify other tokens, probably Steem, and say, I'm going to use this token Steem to help me bootstrap the new token. And Steem is going to control, just for instance, a certain percentage or a portion of the rewards pool of the new token, of the SMT. And what that does is it gives new utility to Steem holders. They now have another set of tokens to vote on and distribute. So there's more utility. You can argue that that creates more demand for the underlying token Steem. So that's a really good thing. The fifth thing, and probably the most important aspect of the value cycles in all of this, is the idea that Steem and smart media tokens really are the world's advertising network. These are tokens that get laid across applications, and they have these functional properties underneath everything that cause interfaces to basically sort order posts in terms of their value. And once you have posts sorted in their order of value, then any blogger, curator, content creator of any sort, video creator, or straight up advertiser can look at that sort order of value and say, well, if I just buy some more smart media token, or if I buy some more Steem, I can promote my post higher up in that sort order and thereby get more attention, which may help me sell more of my products. So that's a good thing for me. There's return on investment. So essentially there's a very natural, very sustainable flow of value that's caused by these tokens, where value is coming in to buy or rent Steem to promote content that causes sales in other places. And that's a value flow that's very analogous to what we see with the traditional online advertising businesses like Facebook and Reddit and Twitter. So all that is sort of happening, but it's happening behind the scenes where there's no company. And that's what's so new about this, what makes it so possibly pervasive across the internet. And as SMTs proliferate, as they become ubiquitous, companies like the New York Times, established players, will use these to basically become the implicit backbone to a lot of their advertising.